Good luck, go. Thanks, Island, mate. Appreciate it. I mean, honestly, mate. If I get into Q2, I'm knee sliding on my carpet.
Best lap so far, 1 minute 08.2.
That's all I'm saying, bro. If I get into Q2, I'm knee sliding, mate. Knee sliding on the carpet.
What is up, guys? It is Simba here, and welcome back to another league racing video on F125. And today it's going to be a different one because team racing is back on the channel. I've left FRT and joined a new team, PR, which is Precision Racing, and it's going to be my first proper race for them because I did a stream around Monaco, and that doesn't count for me because it's Monaco on a pad. So this is my first test around Austria, but it's backwards. If you're looking forward to this one, make sure you hit the like button and get subscribed for more league racing content and the return of team racing content on the channel. I'm looking forward to getting a few more chances to race with my new team, and I'm settling in quite nicely. So let's get into the actual session. This is Q1, which is a full qualifying session, and before this session, me and my teammate Samir were pretty fuming because we were practicing Austria the other way around as we go through the hairpin of turn 3, aka turn 8. We were told 3 hours before the race that it's Austria reverse, and we were practicing the track the other way around. So we're not exactly expecting ourselves to get into Q2 or show any pace at all. And my Q1 history is well documented to be really bad. But the first lap puts us into the top 10 provisionally with a 4.0, but we know that we'll have to do a little bit better in this second run. So we're going through 2 sets of tyres, which isn't ideal, but if it gets us through, that's the main thing. Into turn 1 we go, which is turn 10 reversed, and through turn 2, which is turn 9, the other way around. You can see on the Delta we're 800s down. We have not made a good impression in the first part of the lap. Going through turn number 3 and 4, a bit of a moment on the exit, and the first sector is a 0.7, but going through this fast right-hander, we just carry so much more confidence and momentum, and we almost turn it around on the Delta to the point where we're marginally improving. Turn number 6 is also pretty decent as well, as we open the DRS for the second time in the lap. As we come towards the hairpin of turn number 8, which is turn 3, the other way around, we miss the apex, but we get a very good exit, and somehow we're up on the Delta again as the checkered flag falls. Now we made a meal out of the last corner. Let's see what we do this time around. Down to third. We don't quite cut the corner as much as you want to, but we're improving by a 10th, which means we're finally going to be in Q2.
Huh. Well, how about that? Mate, I said to my stream, I said to my chat, I have to do a knee slide on stream if I got into Q2, and I'm in Q2. Oh, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do it.
So for the first time since the last time I can remember, we're in Q2 on this channel, finally. And it's come through in the most unexpected way possible. My teammate just behind me in 13th place. But we both go into Q2 when we're both expecting to be knocked out in Q1. So a positive surprise for us, considering that the preparation was pretty limited. But it's time for the knee slide, which I've mentioned a few times already in this video.
Oh, right. Ow. Ow. Right, there. There's your knee slide. I'm never doing that again.
So, there you go. There's your knee slide, everyone. I'm not trying that again. I actually got a bit of carpet burn on my knee. So, it's not quite the Adebayor knee slide from all those years ago. But we get into Q2, and we're on the old set of tyres that we used to get into this very session. You can see the first sector is a 0.8, which is quite a way slower. I think a good first sector around here is a 0.6 or even a 5 if you're really quick. As we go through the hairpin, we're losing the rear on the entry, losing the rear mid-corner, so this is clearly not a good lap at all. So we're just trying to get this on the board as we are past the halfway point in this qualifying session. Into the hairpin, hitting the apex, decent exit, nearly going over the white line, but we managed to stay within the lines and we can close out the lap now. DRS and overtake down to about 10% as we hit the brakes for the final corner. Again, it's pretty safe compared to everyone else in this session, but we're going to cross the line with a lap on the board, and that is a 4.3. Absolutely shocking and nothing special at all, as by the time we get into the end of the session, we're down to 14th. My teammate is also not faring too well. We're both struggling to get the laps in. As you can see, this is a second lap on the soft tyres, judging by the delta. We backed out of the first attempt. I'm going to try and give it everything on the second attempt. Time 1, nicely done, pretty aggressive through turn 2, using the overtake halfway through the corner, and already we're a tenth and a half up. It's actually nice to drive without any pressure since we're in Q2, but that's as far as we're going to go. We just opened turn 3 a bit too much, and that lap is over, and that is us 14th at best. And we ended up finishing the lap, and you can see we're 4 tenths up, but judging from what P11 is at the moment, it's not going to trouble them at all as we butcher the final corner anyway. And across the line we go. It's a 3.9, nowhere near, and I wasn't really bothered about it because, again, we're not really on the pace. You can see Monza as well. He didn't get too far up, higher up the field either. I think he's 13th place as well. So, yeah, not the best. I mean, if we prepared a bit more, maybe we would have actually thought about trying to get into Q3. But 13th and 15th isn't too bad. The point system is the same as real life, so the top 10 will score points. So we've got some work to do from 15th on the grid. So, here we go then. Time for the start of the race. The Austrian Grand Prix, but reverse. And we're going to start on the medium tyres. And the 2-stop seems to be the most viable strategy around here because tyre wear is pretty high. But let's see what happens then. 5 red lights in front of us. Racing in Austria, but the other way around. The lights are out. And we are underway for the Austrian Grand Prix. And that Sauber is lagging in front of us already. So we're taking things a bit cautiously through turn 1. But going into turn 2...
Oh my god, man, I've just got hit into you.
Okay,
Fuck off.
virtual safety car is out.
We get damage.
Speed and maintain a positive
Fantastic. Lovely.
Fuck this, man.
That is fantastic. My teammate was involved in that. I believe it was Rappy who hit us up the rear, but there's no point pointing fingers. We've got damage and we get a very silly warning in the process. So, yeah, you can tell by my reaction I was absolutely fuming. My teammate was fuming as well, because we tried so hard to actually prepare for this as well. Just to have both cars completely shafted after 2 corners, which is pretty bottom tier stuff. It's a bottom tier feeling in league racing, you know, where you try and prepare as much as you can, try and be somewhat on the pace, especially in our situation, and just to be getting damage on lap 1, which can happen to anyone, by the way, is very, very frustrating. So I think we went about 20 seconds into the race before getting damage, which is not a terrible amount of time at all. So nothing much is going to happen between now and the next lap we cut to, which is all the way to lap 15. We've been on these tyres since the start of the race, and we're on 2 warnings. You can see we're under pressure here from Gatkowski, but he's on fresher tyres, and at this stage everyone's made their first pit stop as we tried to defend on the outside.
Just no grip at all, man.
Lost the position, trying to keep focus.
There's just no grip when you try and defend on the outside. That is pathetic, man.
So he is
Try to
on fresher
defend
tyres,
on the
Brad. That
outside.
is one thing to note. But yeah, we tried our best to defend there, but no grip
do it.
compared to Gatkowski, who's making a
No
move
grip on the outside.
on the Sauber. We've been following around the Sauber because we're on the same age of tyres, but on to the start of lap 16.
Oh, I've got a fuck off.
That is a 3-second penalty, and that warning looked quite bad, to be honest. It just looks like we didn't bother trying to cut the corner at all, but again, we're going to skip a few more laps to lap 19. And my teammate has retired. He was quite a way behind. He was 8 seconds behind me, so there was very little chance of him getting any points. The Kick Sauber pitted a lap ago, so we're just going to go in on lap 19, try and go an extra lap. We're going to put on a second set of hard compound tyres. My shoes are actually disconnected halfway through, so we should come out near his ghost car, as there's a few cars in front of us I've also pitted, including CSI Justin, but there's no point talking about anyone ahead of us because we are so far behind, and we're just doing this to finish the race because obviously it's a team race. You don't want to retire early. It's not a great look for the team anyway. So we're going to try and finish the race and build some discipline at least, because I know this is a track that's going to be in World, which I might discuss a little bit later. But we come out ahead of Schumacher, who also got involved in the lap 1 shenanigans. As we go into Sector 2, you can see on the minimap, he's binned it.
Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive.
Oh, why didn't I stay out one more lap?
We have a safety car, which means we're back in this race. But you can hear me say, I wish I stayed out a lap longer, because that literally put us a pit stop behind everyone, and everyone got a chance to change tyres in front of us. So we're going to have slightly older tyres, which isn't ideal, but we're going to see what we can do.
Brilliant.
13 laps to go. Lap 24. 5 places off a point. Let's see what happens as we get underway around Austria reverse. So through turn 2, you can see now, this is where things are going to get a little bit hectic. Especially on this lap, because you can see there's about 5 cars just in front of us fighting for the same piece of tarmac. And it's kind of just cooled down a little bit as we go through the laps here, guys, because it's hard to overtake on this game. And it's quite hard to overtake around this track, but the Williams of Misipala is going to try and make a move down the inside of this off-camber hairpin. He goes wide in the process, which pushes Rappi out wide as well. So Gatkowski is going to have a try and have a look down the inside, going into turn number 8.
Oh dear, Rappi. That's not the circuit, my friend.
And Rappi tried to match him on the brakes, but it's gone horrendously wrong for the Ferrari driver as he flies off the circuit, and we'll take the free position. And I know Rappi won't be very happy with me as he sees this video coming out by the time it's out. So yeah, not ideal for him. Definitely a moment he won't want to relive, as we're on to lap 29, and this is what I mean as going into the hairpin again.
No! What?
We couldn't really make progress, and then that second time penalty is really basically just game over, because everyone's pretty clean at this level. So getting a 3-second penalty makes your life pretty difficult already. Getting 6 seconds basically kills you off in terms of getting anything higher than people with pens around you. So lap 32, and this is where I started to figure out that we need to stay close to the cars in front if we have a chance to try and make a move at the hairpin. So I actually tried a few different lines which actually worked through that the second right-hander, which allows us to have a little bit of a look on the inside into the hairpin, and Misipala gets it completely wrong, hits the back of the car in front of us, which is Gatkowski, and on the exit we get ahead, and by the time we get to turn number 10, we emerge in front and we're up into P13 in this race. But again, it's hard to overtake, and we don't really make much progress after that, so we skip to the final lap of the race. P10 is just in front of us on track. Of course it's for pride because we've got 6 seconds of penalties, but we're going to try and get as close as we can as Gatkowski got a little bit wider through the second right-hander.
Come on, we need some fat carnage on this lap of the hairpin.
And you can hear me simply say, we need quite a bit of carnage. We need a little bit of luck to make up a few more places if we're going to try and get somewhat of a slim chance of a point, as we're going to try down the inside.
Oh, brilliant. Well, when I said we need carnage, I didn't mean me cause it.
And that's not ideal by any sense of the imagination. We started the race with damage, we're going to end it with damage, but you can see here, we're going to get a lovely move around the outside on CSI Justin right at the end of the race, but it won't change our finishing position, which is P13, and as a result, no points.
Oh, what can you do when your race gets fucked on lap 1?
And that, to me, sounds like a pretty fair summary of the race. Our race got ended on lap 1, and it's quite a shame because the pace felt decent, especially in the train near the end. even though it's hard to overtake, it felt quite decent, and that's the main thing, because at this level, your pace isn't there, you're just going to get left behind, and that's basically what happened on lap 1 when we got damaged. And I will say, I don't really know why we're racing this track in World, considering you saw there, it's very difficult to overtake, so I don't imagine this race being exciting by any stretch of the imagination. But focusing on this one, no points. Qualifying wasn't great, but I think there's some learning points there, and it shows that the pace isn't too far off from where it is supposed to be, but not the greatest race for my new team, and we're going to try and bounce back in the next one, which I believe is Miami, which I don't like, but if I have to do it, I'll happily do it. But there you go, guys. That is a race around Austria reversed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Not the best race from ourselves, but we'll try and bounce back in the next one. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button, get subscribed for more League Racing content, and check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already. And as always, take care, and I will see all of you in the next one.